And good day to you. Yes, it's me, GhostCritic. It's Thursday. It's another comic book review show. And this week we have 6 books to review. None of them were particularly bad. There was some really good stuff, and there was a pick of the week this week. There was, because last week was very difficult and I didn't bother. But this week there was definitely a standout issue for me. So look forward to that towards the end of the video. And don't go away at the end, because something is going to happen. And if you watched last week, you'll already know. Anyway, moving on. It is this week Buffy, issue 13, the final part of this guarded storyline. And we get a bit more about Ko, this demony guy here, about his betrayal from the last issue. And there's lots of fighting. There's some kind of verbal low blows from a character in here. But you know what? I kind of miss the old gang. It is pretty much what Agent 42Q, Matt, said this week once he read it. I've really no idea where this title is going. It seems to be in this kind of murky middle ground where it's kind of lost its way. And I think a huge part of that, as I say every week every month at the moment with this, the magical element has gone. And I mean the actual physical magic, not the magic that is comics, but the magic part of the Buffy universe. I miss that so much. I miss Willow. I miss Xander. Still don't miss Dawn. I've never liked Dawn, but I just want them all together again, fighting, you know, some mystery big villain that lasts throughout, or is played out throughout the season, because this is what they call these books now. We've got season 9 here. So there's no direction, and it's a shame. And I've been looking at my list of comics of late, knowing what is coming up, the additions I'm adding, and thinking something has got to go, and Buffy is very close. What can I say? Uncanny XForce issue 31, and I just want to say about the cover, I'm not sure about it. It's that shade of brown. I don't know what was used, but it's that shade of brown. But it certainly isn't that atrocious inside. Again, I'm going to keep mentioning this guy's name, Agent 42Q, this week. He basically had no words for this comic, this title. I've got a few. Let's just go quickly over the story without giving away too much. But the team are back from the future and are met with deathlock and cryptic nonsense that comic book writers just love to throw in there because they think they're clever. It's just very annoying, not only for the team, because it's Deadpool that throws in like a really sarcastic comment about it, but it so annoys the reader because it's an old trope that gets thrown out. We're not going to tell you what happens in the future. We'll have someone say some obscure kind of prophetic but cryptic message that you're meant to decipher. It's a bit old hat. But mostly this is Evan and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants' continual kind of mental torture of poor Evan to turn him into Apocalypse. And you do in this issue, seriously see the sadistic nature of this team, how evil this evil Brotherhood of Mutants is. And then at the tail end of this issue, we have the kind of team discussing what they are going to do with Evan. Is this a rescue mission or is this a kill mission? And it's very interesting to see the people that are wanting to kill him and the ones that want to rescue them. It's very much given what they've been through in this series. From when they started, their opinions have certainly done a 180. But overall, although it was a great comic, I did feel this has been treading over ground that we've already gone over. But still, Uncanny XForce with Remender writing, it's never bad. It's just a little bit fillerish for me. Another little, not so much a filler, but a slow burner. It's Ultimate X-Men and it's issue 16, and Brian Wood continues his moulding of Kitty Pryde into a mutant army leader. They have reached this bunker which has, I've forgotten his name, Fury. Sorry, which has Nick Fury holding out with a bunch of mutants that have escaped one of the detention centres, the kind of concentration camps, and morale is obviously very low. They have been tortured both physically and mentally, and there is apparently no fight left in them. And it's up to Kitty to find that fight within them and bring it out. The interesting part that I have with this is the character of Husk. I am questioning in myself her role in this whole, I'm going to show you around the concentration camp. I'm going to show you, you know, your ins and outs and all that. It all just seems a little bit too easy for her, and I smell a double cross. Something here with Husk escaping has been far too easy. I may be wrong, but I smell a rat. Incredible Hulk, issue 13. And this was actually a great issue because we see for the last 12 issues, we followed the Hulk around. And, well, not the last 12 issues, but this last story arc, we followed the Hulk around going from place to place where Banner obviously wants him to be to pick up certain objects or artifacts in these areas. And this was, as we found out in the end of the last issue, it is to make up the cure for the Hulk. But this deals with the other side of the story. All this time that Hulk was having his high adventures, whether it be at the bottom of the ocean, in the sea, in the jungle, we see Banner's side of the story. How he got to those places, how he's got all the equipment, the technology to do this stuff. And it was fun. It was a fun that the casino just raised a grin with me. And then Banner confronts Doom to find out why he even accepted this in the first place. Why he thought it was a good idea to split the Hulk and the Banner into two separate entities. We get a very sane sounding Banner, which is an interesting concept which we haven't had, given that when we last saw Banner in the flesh, so to speak, he was completely insane and mad. But there is the kind of nice little twist, twist at the end, and this is going to lead to, you know, the final 2 or 3 issues before this series ends for the Indestructible Hulk with Mark Waid, and there's going to be a smashdown, obviously. We're going to leave Marvel for just a few minutes while we talk about some issue zeros that came out from DC that I picked up. Well, a couple. I'll do it this way because this is the way you are meant to have read them. The next one is Batman issue 0. And before I do anything, when you read this comic, or if you've read it, and go back to it, and please, just read the first page, and instead of reading Gotham National Bank, insert it with the new DC 52. I swear you will smile. That's all I'm going to say. So this is our early years of Batman, but it's not as such Batman, it's Bruce Wayne, because we don't see the suit, the bat suit, at all. There is a moment when you see one of his brownstones where he has a lot of tech equipment, and there are costumes in the background, but I think they are more disguises more than anything, and they certainly don't look anything like a bat suit. So we have Batman, who's infiltrated the Red Hood gang. He gets found out, and it's him trying to get out of it. Within this, we also get more kind of the Bruce and the Alfred relationship, and we have Bruce and Gordon meeting for what I presume is the first time. What's good about this is actually the backup story, and made me one kind of smile and one kind of still why. And this is our kind of introduction, origin to what we thought were our 3 Robins. So we've got Tim Drake, we've got Jason Todd, and we've got Dick Grayson. We also have the introduction of the bat signal, and it's all very nicely done. It's clever, it makes sense, having those characters there, and you know, even if you hadn't put a name to them, you would know who each of them were. My problem still stems from the fact that, one, they've said, was it Tim Drake, he wasn't a Robin? I don't know if that's been evolved in any other titles. I think it's the Teen Titans. Has that been explained away yet? But I'm still unsure about why he was never a Robin, which is a shame because he was one of my favourite Robins. Again, I agree with Agent 42Q, read the first story, I forgot to mention this. By the end of the main story, it does say continued in 2013. And I'm like, why? Why do that? It makes no sense. You've been kind of led up to a certain point, and it is in a kind of origin story as such. So why are we having to wait till 2013? Is this going to be another 0 issue come next September? I'm sure we don't have to wait for that. But given it happened so far in the past, we're talking 6 years in the past, why are we having to wait? I don't know. But still, a thoroughly good, much better issue 0 than we had last week with the initial output of DC 0 issues. So I'm happy for that. The other issue 0 that I picked up was Batman and Robin, and this was, to be fair, equally as enjoyable because we've got Damian's origin, and we go from the gamut from his, like, the scientifically engineered birth of Damian, where he is literally baptized in blood whether intentionally or unintentionally, there is blood from the moment he comes into this earth. And from then on, we see him getting trained by his mother, Talia. And he's being trained with the best, not only Talia, but, you know, her henchmen or experts, you know, martial arts experts, all that. And he's obviously questioning who his father is already. And Talia will not tell him until he's able to beat her in battle on his birthday. So we get a nice kind of not Rambo, Rocky montage of through the years of him training and then fighting his mother on his birthday but not being able to win until a certain point. And then there is Damien basically getting dumped on his dad, Batman. It was a fun and again it's entertaining story. It's Patrick Gleason's artwork. It suits this book. It's very nice. It's fun. It's almost cartoony, but I had a whole lot of fun with it. What else can you say? My 0 issues this week have kind of regained my faith in the 0 issue month. It could all change next month. You never know. Finally, and my pick of the week, and you want a fun comic, you want an entertaining comic, you want a comic that's going to make you laugh, a comic that's going to make you go, you are awesome. And it hasn't even got the main title character and those surrounding him in it. It is, of course, issue 16. Wolverine and the X-Men. Oh wow, this was fantastic. So much fun. This is about these guys. It's the Hellfire Club, our kiddie Hellfire Club. But really, looks don't judge. This is, I mean, you've got your origin stories going on in DC. Well, Marvel want a bit of taste of that action. And we have Cade Kilgore and his kind of origin story about how he made it into the Hellfire Club, where he came from, his relationship with his father, which isn't very good, let's be fair. It starts off with, we're in the present, we have our Hellfire Club kids, and they're holding a kind of auction marketplace for Sentinel technology, and they are showing them round all the different versions of a Sentinel that they have created or developed. So you have the kind of the suitcase Sentinel, a nanobot Sentinel, what they call a tri-Sentinel that has these like 3 arms. There's an all-terrain Sentinel which looks like this huge tank with the body of a Sentinel on the top. The inventiveness and the imagination cello on art, it just doesn't get much better. Well, as this is going on, who turns up to put it all to bed and kind of close this down? The Phoenix Five. We're talking almost god-like deities. And what does Cade Kilgore do? He just stands there and looks Cyclops in the face. He stares him down. It is just a beautiful moment, and it just shows kind of like the fearlessness of this child. And even despite the fact that he gets thrown in prison by the Phoenix Five, he rules the roost within seconds and escapes probably on the same day. It was just a whole lot of fun, and it's what comics is about. There is nothing deep, when I say there's nothing deep about this, it's, you don't have to tax your brain too much about this. You just go along for the fun ride. And like I said, it's Pichello and Townsend sharing the artwork, and it's just beautiful to look at and enjoy, and just immerse yourself for, you know, 5 or 10 minutes, and just delve into every page. I loved it. So finally, what else did I have left to do? Well, last week I did a raffle for the digital codes. We have a bag, we have lots of names in here. Thank you very much to everyone who joined the raffle. Probably got almost, I think it was nearly kind of 30 names in there. So I'm glad this is still going because I'm not going to do anything with them. So the winner of all of last month's Marvel's digital codes of the comic books that I collected is, let's put my hand in here. It is. I think this is a new subscriber. Thank you very much for subscribing. It's John the Drummer. So John the Drummer, look out for a message in your inbox and I will PM you all those codes. Congratulations on winning that. And that leaves me to say goodbye. Thank you for joining me today. If this is your first time, subscribe, thumbs it up and put a comment down below. And make sure you stay subscribed. There'll be another chance to win some more digital codes at the end of this month. There will be an early vlog and I'll explain why in that very, very soon. Bye bye.